I don't know. It's like when they announced Pokemon X and Y. It's like you just know that kids were looking for Pokemon X videos.
Welcome back to the podcast, Kellan. Can we make it this episode without you or me saying two words after one of us says dragon?
D's nuts.
Oh, we can't. We can't. It's Dragon D's Nuts week on TCAD because we are finally out of the filler and we are into some hot, goopy, substantial plot. Pour it down my throat and send me off to Alaska where I shall live nourished from the cold from this great, great plot. Kellan, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Good. How nourished are you? I'm clearly very nourished.
I'm nourished, as one is. Where's my water? Oh, I left my water in my room. Oops.
Does water nourish?
Well, it hydrates.
It hydrates. That's right. But what nourishes is sweet, sweet plot. And yeah, we'll get into that in a bit. I guess I'm really excited why I'm blowing the lead here is it's just nice when you go through a ton of filler episodes, especially ones as dumb as that stupid magic episode, to get to some cool, fun, kick-ass episodes with nice designed characters that have personality. Isn't that great?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's nice to see some actual, like, I don't know, plot.
Yeah.
If you can call it that.
Yeah. for Pokemon. It's Pokemon plot. Double P.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into that.
Yeah, go for it.
No, you go for it. What's
no,
new?
I was just going to say.
Been doing anything?
Did we open the episode? I think we did.
It's open.
It is opened. Come on in, everybody. I haven't been doing much of anything. I don't know. Just chilling.
Well, you did a movie night the game on Saturday. Yep. That was fun. I was there.
For more than 5 minutes.
What a terrible game, though.
Oh my god, it's really bad.
Is it worse than you're expecting?
Kind of. It's just so repetitive.
Oh, yeah. So this is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the GameCube game.
Yeah, it's like, do this thing. Okay. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. All right, you did it. Let's move on to a new thing. Do that again. Do that again.
It also seemed like it had you like spending 2 hours trying to get Augustus Gloop unstuck.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. You do the same thing 5 times to get Augustus Gloop unstuck. Which in the movie he doesn't even. We don't unstick him. He goes into the chute and he comes out of the factory later. We don't save him. It's not even faithful to the movie.
This was like the main goal of the video game.
Yeah,
might as well be called Save Augustus.
And I assume that's only a quarter of the game because there's 4 children to vanish in the factory.
Oh, so the whole game could be just like split into these quadrants of child saving.
Yeah, well, because I was the last half of the stream I was working on Violet Beauregard's thing, her blueberry, pushing her through 45 fucking stations of the same puzzles over and over again.
Yeah, it was terrible. The Oompa Loompas looked very bad.
This week, I assume we'll take care of Veruca Salt and Mike TV, and then hopefully that'll be it.
So you're playing this upcoming Saturday, so that would be out by this episode already?
Yeah.
That will have happened.
Yeah, in the past.
In the past.
But yeah, it's bad. Bad game.
It was entertaining, though. Had a few people in the chat. That was nice to see. You had a pretty good spike the other day, too. I guess we shouldn't spend too long talking about Twitch. Not everyone watches Twitch here. But yeah,
you should, though. Twitch.tv/HydroLeech.
Doing some Nuzlocke stuff. There was a good group of us there. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I've had like 4 people in chat at one time. What a day. Wow.
I saw your viewer number. Well, okay, yeah, 4 in chat, but I saw it jump to 8. Whew,
oh my goodness.
8. Yeah.
I wouldn't have stuck that long. That's
It did not.
No.
But it was there.
No, that's the tricky part, is getting people to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You would think my fun drawings would do it, but alas.
Oh, yeah, Kellan's drawings are very fun. They're like what you imagine a toddler can do, but not what a toddler can actually do.
Yeah, what an educated toddler can do.
Yeah. It's like retro games. They're supposed to, a good indie, like a modern retro style game should be what your memory of an old console is, not what the old console is
Mhm.
actually like.
And like an old retro game, my drawings look a lot better on a CRT.
Ah, so for the full experience, somehow get Twitch running on a CRT.
Yeah. That's easy. There's descalers. You can do that.
Yeah,
I'm
you could.
sure
It'd
it's
be
possible.
easier to fake it than to run it on an actual CRT.
Yeah. I'll just put a CRT filter on my stream. Easy.
Easy,
Easy peasy.
easy. And then just watch these crappy Quagsires come to life.
Mm-hmm.
Or Quagmires. Which one's right?
Quagsire.
Quagsire. I was right the first time. Oh my god, and then I doubted
Quagmire
myself.
is a marsh.
Right, and the Family Guy character. Gotcha.
And the Family Guy character. Katie. Yeah.
Well, watching you play the Nuzlocke, though, inspired me. I actually took my first foray? What is that word?
Mm-hmm.
Foray? Is
Foray.
that the word?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm
god,
pretty
it sounds so weird right now. I took my first gander into the world of Pokemon ROM hacks this week. That is a
Mhm.
crazy world. How deep have you gone into this fan
Not
base?
very much at all.
It is maybe something to check out in the future because there is
Maybe.
so much shit here. I'm assuming a lot of it is crappy, but there are full blown, like, these aren't just ROM hacks in the sense that someone changed a few numbers. These are like full blown new games. Like, people
Yeah.
have made full like stories using
Yep.
Pokemon Fire Red as the engine essentially. So I found this one I started dabbling with called Pokemon Odyssey. The author just released it, like, is calling it finished now, like last week or something. And it's Pokemon, but it's also a dungeon crawler. Like, it's supposed to be a
Oh.
mashup of Pokemon and Etrian Odyssey. And I do really like the Etrian Odyssey games where you just basically explore a massive dungeon. Like, that's the game. So it's all about like really good turn-based battles and exploration. So
Interesting.
this
I haven't
thing
heard of this one.
this thing gives you like it's a giant labyrinth with like 8 levels that you basically explore, and every level has like a leader, right? So like there's your gyms, and then there's like a common town that you go back to get supplies and stuff. So all about the battling. So far it seems like basically every battle is a 2v2. So that's interesting too. Like, it's all 2v2 Pokemon battles.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I like a double
It has
battle,
a
yeah.
full story. I mean, the story's kind of like, I don't know if it's really sucking me in, but I'm just impressed that someone wrote this whole thing for fun.
Yeah, there's a litany of there's a whole history of Pokemon fan games, and also Pokemon fan games being taken down. So get them while they're hot.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I think that this one nice little corner of the internet around GBA ROM hacks is sort of surviving, though, because of how it's distributed. Like, you can't just play this in a browser, in your browser or something like that.
Mhm.
They're only distributing the modification files for the ROM, not the ROM.
Oh yeah.
You
yeah.
have to find the ROM, and then you have to smash them together.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. I mean, Nintendo would still find a way to cease and desist if it got popular, but
Yeah.
they're in like their own little hideaway, I guess. Nicheness.
Like we're not technically doing anything illegal. I think. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know the
we do not
legalities of
condone any of that
shmemulation.
gray area, but
Yeah.
at the same time, check it out. It's
Yeah.
kind of fun. I don't care. I'm not your boss. I'm not a Nintendo.
You're not?
My uncle is.
I thought my uncle worked at Nintendo.
No, my uncle is Nintendo.
That would be your dad.
My uncle is Shigeru himself.
Miyamoto.
With the long lost quote we discovered that other week. Go back and listen.
Oh, about try not to come.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
a game
Sometimes you'll see games.
a rush
that
game
say,
will
"Try
never
not to
make you
come."
come, but a delayed game will make you come eventually.
That's that's real. He really said that. What else do we got?
Well, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or you want to get into the goodness?
Not really. Let's jump
let's
into
talk about
the
Pokemon
the
because
crap.
these episodes are a blast. Honestly, this is really fun.
Pretty solid.
This is really
Yeah.
fun. So we've got on the docket today episode 253, Beauty is Skin Deep, and episode 254, Fangs for Nothing. And this is the first half of the Blackthorn gym arc, basically.
Yep.
The
It's
Clair
a 4
arc.
episode kind of thing. Bulbapedia listed as a 5 episode arc, but it's just because the 5th episode is still in Blackthorn, but it's really a 4 episode Clair arc.
A 4 episode Clair arc, right. Yeah.
So this week is part 1.
They're fun. Yeah, so we are, and we don't usually do that split into a part 1, part 2, but we weren't going to push in 4 episodes, right? Like,
Yeah,
I think
otherwise we're not. Otherwise we're doing a quadruple, and that's not happening.
If it was 3, if the Clair arc was 3, we would have distributed it differently. But yeah, so
but you can split this evenly.
Now, the second episode is actually where the gym battling starts. Spoilers. The first episode, we find our Clair, dear Clair, the 8th gym leader, accompanying a Dratini to help shed its skin. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the premise. And I thought it was a little bit weird that dragons shed their skin. And I guess not. They're reptiles, but you don't think about that every day. Right? There's just something about, like, skin shedding that's kind of, creepy in a way. So
thank God we don't do that.
Oh, reading my mind, Kellan. Because these are the top 10 weirdest things to shed their skin. What would the weirdest things be if they shed their skin? What would be the strangest skin shedding things? I guess gravy does shed its skin. So you can, like, mix the skin back in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
Have we really been a Lactoderm podcast all this time?
This whole time.
I would like to think of us as the top, long-running, fat skin on the top of gravy podcast. Am I right?
That's
it's the running theme that ties us all together is congealed fat.
It's the real title we've been going for this whole time.
Fat.
Yeah. Speaking of gravy, I made a good gravy for the first time the other day. It was crazy.
You told me all about roux. That's great.
I made a roux.
Roux? A roux is something that is not overrated. A good roux slaps. Get that golden color, am I right?
And it thickens it up, too, real nicely. Thickens the gravy up, which is the problem I've always had. Can't get that shit to be thick. Yeah.
You can
that
fake it with cornstarch, and then it'll get thick, but the roux adds a nice luxuriousness to it.
Anyway,
cornstarch
number
is
10.
just thickener, basically. Yeah, number 10. Weirdest things if they shed their skin. Hot dogs. And I don't just mean the sausage, but what if the whole hot dog with the bun just left behind some kind of weird skin shell? Like out the back of the Costco, like you do not want to look in the weird swamp behind Costco. It's just full of these like husks, these hot dog husks.
That's disgusting. I don't like that. Number 9.
Well, similarly, this idea of leaving husks everywhere is really creeping me out. But like, what if cats and dogs did that? Like, just like running around the neighborhood, you find like the outline of your cat. You're like, what the fuck? Oh, it's just the skin shit. Okay. Maybe they do that as
the fur and everything.
Yeah, the fur and everything, and the collar. Like even says like buttons.
Number 8.
Number 8, bananas. But I'm not talking about the peels. The whole thing. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, but think of it, Kellan. Like it sheds its skin, but it still has a peel. But it's like
so it has 2 peels.
But then that peel has a peel.
Okay. Number 7.
Game Boy games. Like, it would just be weird if you were just lying around and you found some old Game Boy game skins. I don't know why.
Were you just, like, looking around your house for objects to put in this list?
Dogs, bananas, Game Boys. I guess so, because then I could have looked at my computer screen and you were streaming and see number 6, Oompa Loompas. Okay? Think of that horror. Just the Oompa Loompa skins lying around.
Oompa Loompa.
Flattened death. That's how an Oompa Loompa evolves, Kellan.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, into Wonka. Wonka is actually just like the oldest Oompa. Whoever Loompa.
Your Oompa Loompa evolved into a Shkoompa Loompa.
Yeah, that's the middle evolution. We don't see them ever.
It's the welding one in the game.
Ah, the single welder was a Skoompa Shloompa.
Yeah.
Well, number 5. How about Elon Musk, Trump, Zuckerberg, basically all the lizard people controlling the world? Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. Okay. Number 4.
Cars, like full vehicles, just leaving skins around. Okay, we would have to have like a whole program around, okay, donate your car skins. We're making stuff out of them. Like, I guess it'd be kind of like they're recyclable now. I don't know.
I guess. Do you make a new car? It's like a car wrap we can turn them into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like something that us white boys shouldn't be doing.
No. Number 3.
Well, that whole problem with the car skins led me to extrapolate. What about buildings? Full
Oh
skyscrapers.
my god.
Imagine the waste. We would have to have these like seasonal city programs around like culling the skyscraper skins, right? Like our infrastructure would have to be fundamentally different to support just stripping off a full layer of hospital, you know?
Need a 200-person team to fold up the CN Tower skin.
It happens once every 10 years. The Blue Jays take the season off.
We can script them to do the folding.
Yeah, that's actually what happens. Like Jose Bautista's right at the front there. They're lifting the whole thing. I don't even think he's still a Blue Jay. That's the only one I can name.
I don't fucking know.
Well, Kellan, I don't know if it gets better than that, but I will try. Number 2, just the tip.
Oh, gross. Okay. Number 1.
And number 1, truth itself, aka you.
Me? Oh, God.
I think husks of Kellan would be quite frightening. With your Pikachu sweater and the Breloom all intact.
Yeah. Those are, like, fused to my
Dun,
body.
dun.
Yeah. I'm totally wearing that sweater right now. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to, like, firemen will have to cut you out of it when you eventually go.
Yeah. It's never been washed. I'm kidding.
Really?
It's been washed. No, it's been washed.
No, you have good hygiene. Come on.
I have fine hygiene.
We're not that deep in the nerd sack.
God, no. I may live in a basement, but I don't
But you
dwell in a
You haven't
basement.
become basement.
Yeah. All right. Shall we get into Beauty is Skin Deep?
Yes, we shall. And Ash is sure excited too as well, because he is running to Blackthorn. He cannot slow down.
Sooner we get to the gym, sooner we get to the Johto League. I don't think that's how that works, Ash. I think the Johto League is a scheduled event.
Well, you know how he's thinking. You gotta get to it to get to the rest.
Well, they see a little Dratini sleeping. Oh, cute.
Cute. We've talked about Dratinis before, I'm sure, right?
Yep.
Western episode.
The Band of Safari Zone episode with the guns. Yep. They approach, and Gyarados hydro pumps them, and some woman here tells them to stop. Saying, "What are you doing? What do you want with the Dratini?"
And she
get
commands
introduced
the
to her.
Gyarados to stand down, apparently just protecting the Dratini.
This is Clair, and I'm sure she has no real relevance to anything else.
Oh, really? She doesn't? You don't think so? Because, like, it's not like she's, like,
no.
super over-designed or anything?
No, she's
She's probably just a farmer.
Yeah, she doesn't, like, look familiar or anything.
No, she doesn't have
Name doesn't
crazy,
ring a
like,
bell.
Yu-Gi-Oh hair, no.
No. Well, Brock steps in. My name's Brock. You can call me Brock. Or everyone calls me Brock, but you can call me your boyfriend. Ooh.
And I love when the woman that he simps for is just serious enough that they just kind of, like, are like, what the fuck? And then, like, go on with the scenario.
Yeah.
It's right away, no nonsense. She's like, look, Dratini's begun migration. That's what's going on here. And then an old man appears. Now, this old man, which old man? This old man.
He plays knick-knack on my thumb.
With a Dratini.
With a knick-knack paddywhack.
With a dragon fang.
Bone.
Oh, that was a spoiler.
Yeah. This old man's a Rolling Stone.
This old man is from Blackthorn. No.
No.
We can't rhyme.
Cut that.
Welcome
Editor,
back to
cut that out.
No, leave it in.
No, that was
Everyone
a joke for me to say to leave that in.
Oh, to leave it in, to leave it out.
Editor, cut that out as a joke in itself, because that doesn't mean I'm going to cut it out.
Oh,
editor, cut that out.
Editor, make this whole bass boost this entire segment. Editor.
No.
Okay. So an old man runs up, and he is your classic anime old man. You know, Ranma 1.5, like little, where they get so tiny. Old people in anime get so tiny.
They shrink. They're like my grandma. Not our grandma, my grandma.
Yeah,
she shrunk
small.
real bad. Yeah. He trips and falls, but he gets up and he gives the peace sign. He's like, "At least I'm still in one piece." He
sign.
makes really bad jokes. Yeah.
Yeah, and some of them don't translate, I think, too.
No.
That one
No.
did,
No.
but okay.
No. Barely. He
Barely,
has a
yeah.
dragon fang kept in the Blackthorn gym. He works for Clair, which means she's the gym leader. Oh.
All right, so this is Claire from Blackthorn, disciple of Lance, I believe, in the game's dragon trainer. Very cool place, Blackthorn, in the game, right? I can kind of
They're actually
imagine it with a bit of a
cousins.
hot spring up there. Oh, they're related in the games?
Apparently, that's what Bubblepedia says.
Oh,
I don't
didn't
remember
know that.
where they say that explicitly.
Ah. I guess
But
it's
yeah,
like one
she
big
trained
inbred
Lance.
clan, right?
Ew, gross.
Am I wrong?
According to Bubblepedia, they're not cousins in the anime, just in the
Okay,
game. So
just in
she
the
must
game.
have said it somewhere in the games that they're related.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about Claire a lot today. I mean, she's got. I think the first thing that's striking about her is her hair, right? She's got like it's like a long ponytail, but then with these two like funky knives of hair that like carve out her face, and it's all blue. It's all this like not bright blue. It's all like a glacier blue. Cool design, right? And she's like tall and kind of imposing. You are like, oh, this is a dragon trainer. You know what I mean? There's something like extra about the dragon trainer.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're like, they just gotta look a little extra.
It's the outfit, especially from later.
Well, yes, we don't. She's not in her dragon trainer attire right now. She looks like more like she just came from mech. Like she's like having like a camping weekend right now. But
yeah,
but yeah, later it gets really extra.
I did find the dialogue where she says she is Lance's cousin. It all seems to come from Pokemon Masters EX, the mobile game. So it's actually a pretty recent
a recent
lore drop.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I mean, I guess it is considered canon, but that doesn't feel like a particularly canon place, does it? Masters
No,
EX?
not really. Or as the hashtag looks, Master Sex.
Master Sex.
Yeah. That's what it looks like, Pokemon Master Sex.
Oh my god, it does. I never thought of that. What were they thinking, Kellan?
I don't know. It's like when they announced Pokemon X and Y. It's like, you just know that kids were looking for Pokemon X videos.
Yes, that's terrible. And they found them. Oh my god.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
Yeah, those are terrible names.
Well, this guy has shown up, and we never get his name in the episodes, but Bulbapedia notes him as Kaburagi, which I assume is his Japanese name.
He's clearly like he just got a name in the Japanese version.
Yeah.
I just called him Old Man.
Yeah, me too. But he has a dragon. I already said that. We're going down the river. I'm already lost in my
notes. They're all
notes.
following Dratini. They're also kind of lost, but going with the flow, because that's what you do when you're following a worm down a river. So there's this whole legend we get from the old man about this like dragon terrorizing area, right? I should word that differently. The old legend was about a dragon who was terrorizing the area. I guess that makes it a dragon terrorizing area. Anyways, some chill historical figure came and kicked its ass and started
the original gym leader.
And he took a fang from it, right? And this is the actual dragon fang that they use in this purification ritual that has to happen ever so often to, I don't know, keep the region dragonific. I don't know. Didn't really say why, but they need it.
For dragon purposes.
Yeah, for just dragon things. Hashtag just dragon these nuts. Hashtag just dragon these nuts things.
So then we see Team Rocket, and speaking of Team Rocket, I have a question from Alex, who left for a vacation and didn't come back to a promotion. Lame.
Ooh, what are you gonna do next, Alex? Are you gonna start your own company?
I'm waiting for the embezzlement arc.
So in One Piece, Kellan, every the author tells stories in the chapter. What do you call it? The chapter
book
covers. The chapter covers, right?
Okay.
He tells like a side story where you will see something happening to some minor character. So you get these like little side stories just from like the covers every week of something else going on in the world. That is what Alex's names feel like to me. We're getting a little side story about Alex's journey through the corporate world of Pokemon.
I like it. I'm enjoying seeing
It's
what
funny.
what comes up every week. Yeah. Alex wants to know, we always see Jesse and James after Pikachu. What do you think the rest of Team Rocket is up to? Plotting to capture legendary Pokemon? Plotting against the Elite Four? Holding elaborate parties without inviting Jesse and James?
The last one is the most likely. Yeah.
Yes. I think they're playing
For sure.
blackjack a lot.
Yeah, they gamble.
Just a
They've
lot of
gotten really
gambling.
into crypto rug pulls.
Oh, they would.
Oh, yeah. Sports betting. They actually have a majority in stake, so they're running kick.com right now.
We knew it.
XQC
Someone
is
bad behind was
completely in their
Kick.
pocket. Yeah.
Oh, he would be. Oh yeah, you could get that guy in your pocket easy. Jesus Christ.
If you were Team Rocket, yeah.
Yeah. Ugh, what a mess. Yeah, I think a lot of gambling, a lot of blow. You know.
I think that they had a lot of white collar drugs for sure, but
Yeah.
they've taken some time off the regular Pokemon legendary hustle. I think Alex is right. Maybe just because we haven't watched a movie in a while, but where the fuck have they been?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's the last big time was Nanba, so either Legend of Thunder or the Lugia.
Yeah. It's been a little bit. They're ramping up because maybe we'll see them soon. Who knows? I don't know.
Okay, so they
but
could be
maybe.
planning something in
Could be. I
Pokemon
don't know.
Heroes.
I don't remember if Team Rocket's even a thing in that movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it. So
Yeah, and I have never seen it, so who knows?
I
So
remember it being a fun one. So we'll get there eventually. So Team Rocket, they're chilling in the sun. They got these cool sunglasses on. Apparently it's chilly though, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
So they're chilling in more ways than one.
They're by a river. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chili
Dratini
and
floats
chili,
by.
and they want to catch it immediately. That
Yeah.
thing's cute and needs to be caught.
Jesse's always dreamed of catching one. So Weezing comes out, but they're immediately drenched by Gyarados. Jesse doesn't care, so Arbok comes out to Poison Sting, and Gyarados Hydro Pumps right through it. They go blasting off again. And then the gang and old guy catch up to Clair.
Yeah, so that was quick. Dratini's fine. They're gonna move along, and Ash is talking to Claire. You know, he wants a battle. I don't know if he brings that up right here. He just says, "Claire,
Not
stay there."
quite, yeah. The old guy is begging for her to come back because she has to do this ritual to purify the fang.
He's so
but Dratini,
administrative.
he is, yeah.
Claire's like, look, I gotta deal with this agile ad hoc request, and you are just on my ass about regular quarterly deliverables.
I will not have those reports on your desk by Tuesday.
Yeah,
Deal
come on,
with
we
it.
can make an exception.
Well, he's begging her, but Dratini is totally vulnerable and she needs protection as she migrates.
Yeah, because when she
to shed
sheds
her
her
skin, as we
skin,
learn.
she's vulnerable, much like the hot dogs are.
Yes, the great hot dog migration of 73.
It left so many husks in its wake. People tried to eat them not knowing, which led to this whole disillusionment with hot dogs that lasted until the 80s, when Oscar Mayer saved their image.
And then there was a brief time in there where the Americans renamed them Freedom Dogs. It was a weird thing.
Freedom
Made
cats.
no sense.
Get your freedom cats.
It made no sense at all. Anyway, so she continues. They're all gonna follow. He just keeps begging her. Almost falls off a rock. Claire's just ignoring him. So we just gotta wait until Dratini sheds. And we're immediately back to Team Rocket already. They're spotting in.
Yeah, well, they've also, the main gang's gotten to the smaller stream. So during that time, Gyarados can't follow anymore. So, and this is where Ash is like, this is the wrong time to ask for a gym battle.
Yeah.
But then, Team Rocket's spying. They're back at it. They want that Dratini. Wobbuffet's there. But they need a good plan for Claire. So they're not sure if Wobbuffet's the answer. We'll see.
Well, Wobbuffet popped out to say that she's a gym leader, so we need a good plan. So he's being the voice of reason.
Yeah.
As
for sure.
as we like to know he is. So Claire,
it's the only truth.
It's lunchtime. Claire has some sandwiches.
The jelly donuts are now sandwiches.
It's amazing. I love it. Oh man, if we pull jelly donut effect, that's a good score immediately.
It's a 10 because it's like
the epitome of the name.
Yes, and it's like it's so interesting to me, Kellan, because the jelly donut was this funny, stupid translation, right?
Yeah.
And they did it again in not the same way. Which is like, are we a joke to you? Because I hope we are.
They also do it in the next episode too, not with rice balls, but with something else. But you got a 2-for-1 this episode.
Oh yeah, we're hot on the weird translations.
Yeah. Well, they have sandwiches. Pikachu's even enjoying. Ash asks for the gym battle. She's impressed and would be happy to battle someone with 7 badges. The old guy sees the glacier badge, and he's like, I heard there was a crazy rumor about a red Gyarados causing trouble around Mahogany Town. And so the gang's like, yeah, it's true. And we kind of flash back. Lance was there and everything. There was a sunset in the flashback. We got to remember that. So, they know Lance.
Catch. Yeah, Claire right away is like, hold on, Lance? Looks like Lance trained here, the Dragon Trainer headquarters. Wow.
Claire trained him, or maybe he trained me.
Or maybe they learned more from each other than they ever could apart.
Aww. Well, 2 old people stumble upon the Dratini who's chilling in the river. They're so grateful to see it.
How about a pick with the Dratini?
Say, little whippersnapper. Claire asked them to shut up.
Yeah, she's like, you may be old, but you're being bold. Now do as you're told, because this Dratini's gold. I can rhyme again, Kellan.
Hey, don't say that white boys can't rap.
Yeah, that hurts our feelings.
Yeah, she asked them to be quiet. Dratini needs to rest. They get closer though, and Jesse nets it because it's Jesse and James. Who knew?
They're not old
trouble.
People.
We're not crotchety and
young
old
people.
And make it double because we're youthful and bold. Blah blah blah. Team Rocket blasts off the stunning speed of light. Blah blah blah. Meowth in flight because he's in the balloon.
Yeah, and he's got smoke bombs. Ooh, they're grabbing that Dratini right away, ballooning out of here.
They take off. Ash goes, "What should we do now?" And Claire goes, "I'm gonna get it back."
Yeah, she is. Because she now starts running through the trees like a ninja. She's just like flipping through this forest, bouncing off of all of the tree branches. Quite incredible, actually.
It's very impressive stuff.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Claire rules. Okay. Okay, Claire.
Jesse, in the balloon, wants an award for her acting. They're both thinking they did incredible acting jobs.
Yeah, Jessie gets those fun, like, shoujo anime eyes where they're just giant and shimmering. Like she's, like, on Rose of Versailles or, like, she's in some romance comic.
But Dratini shakes the net, which shakes the balloon. They crash down, so Claire can catch up to her.
Oh, and she's getting closer because she's such a fast dragon-ass ninja.
What? Johto Ninja Warrior!
Rise up.
So Dratini slowly crawls out to the water, but Jessie gets out of and stops her. But then here's Claire and the gang. They've shown up. So it's going to be Weezing versus Gyarados.
What a
sludge attack. Yeah. A sludge attack is demolished by Hydro Pump. Weezing gets whacked by the tail. Wobbuffet is impressed by Claire. So.
Oh, yeah. He's like, wow, she's cool.
Yeah. What a badass bitch. Pikachu jumps in with a Thunderbolt, but Wobbuffet counters, should be Mirror Code, which hits everybody, and Claire blocks it from hitting Dratini. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Dratini glows.
So she's one of these Pokemon gym leaders, too, who's like, I will kill myself for the Pokemon.
Yeah.
I will die if anything touches this Dratini shedded skin, okay?
I have had Dratini for 5 minutes, and if anything happened to it, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
That's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine quote, right?
I love that one.
That's very funny.
But Dratini glows. It must be shedding, says Ash. No, Ash, it's evolving.
Well, they have been talking about it so much this episode that I kind of don't blame him. However, that evolutionary glow is so recognizable by now.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucking, how many times have we seen it now? Like a billion or something?
At least a billion, Kellan.
Yeah, something like that.
Now,
I am
this
really
gives
good at
us
estimation.
Dragon Air. Okay, we dex it.
Yeah.
This thing can summon storms. It's like Dratini, but ethereal and long as fuck, and it can float in the sky, and it's hella cool.
And it's on crack.
Yeah, and it's on crack. It's got a problem, Kellan. It's spending way too much money. It's hard on its heart. It's gonna have a heart attack at 42.
Aw, poor Dragonair.
It's got problems, Kellan.
I know that this thing is fucking huge.
Yes,
but in the dex, it is noted as 13 feet. So that is
That
pretty
checks
long.
out. That checks out with
Yeah.
how it's shown. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she calls lightning from the sky to strike Team Rocket. Jessie's just upset that it evolved. She doesn't really want it anymore.
She's like, it was so cute before. What the fuck?
How dare you?
And I'm not gonna lie, that is how I sometimes think of second level evolutions.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Not so much in this case, but when you pick your cute little Litten. I mean, what is it, Torcat? Is that the second one?
Yeah,
It's
Torcat.
I mean, it's kind of cute, but it's no Litten.
And then
You
it
know?
evolves into a badass wrestler, you know?
Yeah, and then it just like sexually confuses me.
You
You're
can't
like,
really call
where
it
did
cute.
this go? Yeah.
Yeah. So another sludge comes from Weezing, but Hyper Beam blows it back, and Dragonair blasts him off again with a Twister.
Yeah, that seems to be the dragon move lately.
Yeah.
Twister. Okay.
Yeah, that's like one of the dragon moves that was introduced in Gen 2, and it sucks.
But it's
Not a very
sucks,
good
you
move.
said, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they make it seem badass in the show, of course.
Yeah. Old guy says the Team Rocket booked a nonstop flight on Dragonair.
Okay, actual good one.
That was
Actual
pretty good.
one.
I can't lie. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Pretty clever.
Rare old man W.
Yeah. Dragonair keeps going, but where to? Well, let's find out. Because at night, we're at a waterfall. Claire's never been here. This is Riverhead Falls, where the water flows into Blackthorn Lake.
It's a
It seems the
mystical
Dragonair's brought us here on
waterfall.
purpose.
It's
Yeah.
the perfect place for a ritual. Oh, the music's a brewing.
So Clair takes Dragonair over her head, slices it in twain. Pleads
it's a
to the
horrible,
gods.
a horrible sin against the gods, a cursed thing to kill a Dragonair, but some say it will grant you immortality. Claire grows wings and a tail and horns. She is the Dark Lord the prophecies have aforementioned.
Oh, man. Not again.
Not again, Ash says as he
Ah.
scarfs down an extra sandwich.
So, we got some good music going on here as she takes the fang, and she's in her gym leader outfit now. The fancy outfit
this
that
is
makes her look
the outfit you wanted
cool.
to talk about. It's like, it's got a cape, of course. Dragon
Yeah.
trainers need a cape. It has like kind of long pronounced shoulders as well, like shoulder pads. And then like this like dark
skin
blue
tight suit.
leotard thing. I don't really
Yeah.
know what to call it. It's really about the cape and her hair, right? That you're
Mhm.
like, oh, she extra.
Yeah. A little bit. A little bit.
But pretty cool. I mean, she looks like she's from a Dragon Quest game. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like a villain. She looks like a villain in a Dragon Quest.
Oh, does she?
Yeah,
Never
but I
played.
think it's cool. I think it's cool.
She asks for happiness and peace for all dragons as she pours some of the lake water over the fang. And it does this really weird glowy thing. I had no idea what the hell was going on, but then like a light dragon turns into a star. It was wild.
Yeah.
What was doing here? You know?
oh, Kellan. That is a crazy spoiler.
It's been like 3 years.
Okay.
It watches over all dragon Pokemon, according to the legend. And now that that's all over, Claire would be happy to fight Ash. So it's the next day. The big day is here. Ash is so ready. We see the entrance to Blackthorn City, and that's the episode.
So, the trope that I'm looking at here, Kellan, is called Serpent of Immortality. It's from tvtropes.com. It's this idea that, like a mystical idea often from myth about serpents as this sign of like rejuvenation, basically. And it really just comes from the real world phenomenon of like a lizard shedding its skin. But it's been used in some myths as like a way to represent cycles, like the cyclical nature of like death and healing and birth.
Yeah.
You know, like an interesting concept of this would be the Ouroboros, which is like from Norse myth, I believe, but it's a snake that's devouring itself. So it's about infinity, right? What's creating what? I think that there was a mysticism to Dratini here. The skin shedding, the Dragonair, the cultness of the dragons, that is all about kind of revolving around this. What is the mysticism of the dragon is like an eternal entity. There are quite a few pieces from mythology and religion, real world ones, that mimic this. even in the Bible, there's a part referring to how Moses lifted up serpents in the wilderness. Even so must the Son of Man, be lifted up. The serpent symbolizing Christ, crucifixion, and resurrection. Egyptian mythology has a snake god known as Apep, earning the title of Serpent of Rebirth because he's got resurrective immortality abilities, result of his undead nature from living in the realms of the dead. And then finally, in the Epic of Gilgamesh, if I remember correctly, it's from Sumerian lore, the herb of eternal life that Gilgamesh sought to cheat death with was stolen and eaten by a snake, given the ability to shed its skin. So that was kind of the origin story for that, was that Gilgamesh was looking for this eternal life herb, and a snake got to it, and that's why they all can shed their skin. It's interesting that, people saw that and said, they're immortal.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sick. And there's a few more myths, but those are the ones I kind of wanted to highlight. If we want a book, there's also in the Jungle Book, Ka the python and the white cobra. They're considered like the oldest living creatures in the jungle, like so old that they were here before the jungle itself, kind of thing.
Ooh.
There's stuff like this in Harry Potter, of course, with Nagini,
Basilisk.
and the basilisk being the big one. Yeah.
Yeah, the ripping out of the fang of the dragon made me think of the basilisk.
Oh, for sure, right?
At the end of Chamber of Secrets, yeah. More spoilers.
That you could
for everybody. Yeah. All right, let's rate, shall we?
Yeah, this is a 4 for the plastic ping pong pitcher of objective rankings. We're going to pull 2 categories at random from this pitcher, rank the episode based on that. And what do we got first, Kellan?
Our first category will be the Pokemon variety. Not a lot.
Dratini, Dragonair. At least our featured Pokemon is actually 2 Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's just
Weezing,
any
Arbok, Gyarados.
Gyarados would be the other new one, kinda. Yeah.
I don't think we see any of the gang's Pokemon aside from Pikachu,
Except for
obviously,
Pikachu,
and Togepi.
yeah. Nothing there.
So that's weak.
I mean, okay. This is a weak episode for variety. I don't want to tank it completely, though, just because we do get, kind of 3 of Claire's, if we count the fact one of them evolved, which isn't bad.
Fair.
Yeah. But
so what are you thinking?
it's not a broad spread variety episode. So 4.5.
4.5. That's still a little rich for my blood. I'm going 3.2. So that's 3.85 for Pokemon variety. Second category will be Margaritaville. We're heading on down. Drowning my sorrows. What's the lyric? I lost my soul in Margaritaville. Hold my soul to the devil.
I don't remember at all. Lying feet in the sand. That might be a different song. But with Wobbuffet, Jimmy Wobbuffet is going to take us away. Wobbuffet here has that moment, right, where he's like, we need a plan, boys.
And he's also impressed with Clair.
Yeah,
so
he's like, she's cool. He also does counter a Pikachu attack.
He does.
He counters it, though. He doesn't mirror code it, and that's so tragic.
I'm still on the wavelength that
Jesse's
knows what to do.
That would be lore accurate, just because we've seen that happen before, where Jesse's like accidentally commanding Pokemon. Okay, well, one of some nice moments here. I'm vibing with him. I also like Claire. I think she's cool, right? Especially when she does that ninja shit.
Yeah.
Is this the Wobbuffetiest episode? Is it making me vibe with him as much as I can? Not exactly, but I agree with him. Because it is what it is, Kellan.
It do be like that.
So, 6.
6, flat 6. Yeah, I'm in the same ballpark. I'm going to go 6.4.
Okay.
That's 6.2. Overall, Beauty of Skin Deep receives a 5.025. Right smack dab in the middle.
And I'm okay with that because it's the start.
Yeah.
Of the action. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. You know what continues the action? It's episode 254, Fangs for Nothin, where we get a previously on Pokemon.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Kakarot almost had Krillin up in the air, and he was gonna kill him. Wait a minute, no, Krillin's a good guy. He was gonna kill him so that he becomes Super Saiyan, so that he could destroy Majin Buu. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what happened last time.
So we're in the gym. It's gonna be a 3-on-3.
Right away. Fuck any more exposition. You saw what happened last time. Claire's cool, and we're gonna fight her, and the old man is the ref.
Yeah, and only the challenger can substitute in this 3-on-3 match. Brock talks about how, wouldn't you know that the last battle for the 8th gym badge would be the most difficult one?
That's game
Who
accurate.
who knew, Brock? Who would think that the battles would get harder as you go? But
Well,
whatever.
do you want to talk about that? I mean, that kind of is an interesting comment if you think about if this is supposed to be open world or if it's supposed to be linear,
Yeah, I guess so. If it
right?
is open world, then yeah,
and we
that makes more
talk
sense.
about like level scaling and stuff. Does the anime have level scaling?
Yes, because Faulkner used a Pidgeot
Oh.
against Charizard.
Oh.
So it does.
Oh, so the anime level scales from the game, like with respect to the game, with
Yeah.
respect to Ash's journey. Cool.
Yeah.
You solved it.
So, Claire's gonna start with Kingdra. Not the first time we've seen Kingdra. Battlehorns kick in. Pikachu's gonna start us off here on Ash's side. Thunderbolt hits it immediately, but Kingdra breaks right through. It didn't seem to do anything. That's
And it's
bullshit.
going to fire up a twister because that is to remind us that this thing is a dragon? Is it? What is going on? So, Kingdra is one of those Pokemon that they like will call a dragon, but it's not dragon type, right?
No, it is. It's Water Dragon.
Oh, it's water dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that added at some point?
No, that was it's always been like that since Gen 2.
Oh, since Gen 2. Okay, gotcha.
Horsey
That's
and
when it was
Seadra are water type.
Seadra. Okay,
solely.
because Kingdra was added in Gen 2, is that correct?
Correct. Yeah. Trade with the
that's
dragon
when they
scale.
Added on the dragon type. Gotcha.
Yep. So it goes for the Twister. Pikachu's running to dodge. Ash says, "What's that attack?" It's Twister, Ash. As it follows Pikachu.
We saw it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Turns out Kingdra can control it. This Kingdra is well trained. Pikachu gets hit by the Twister, gets back, tries a Thunder, still nothing. And Claire's like, "Don't you know, Twister's a dragon move." Brock figured it out. Seadra's a water type, but when it evolves, it gains dragon type. Water is weak to electric, but dragon counteracts that. I mean, true, electric moves should be neutral against Kingdra, but it should still do damage.
I guess it was also really high level, but yeah, you're right
guess.
that the dragon would nullify it, but
Not completely. no.
it would make it so that it's not super effective, right? It would just
Correct.
neutral damage.
Yeah.
The way they described the logic maybe wasn't completely accurate, but there is a gist there of truthiness.
A little
that
bit.
They were
little
trying
dropping.
to point at, right? Like there is a concept. There is a concept of a plan.
Yeah. I have concepts of a plan. She's impressed with Pikachu, though. Hydro Pump is countered by a Thunderbolt, a creative and unusual defense, as Claire says. Ash has to think of something else. Meanwhile, we go to Team Rocket. Jesse's lying around, bemoaning losing the Dratini, where James has jelly donuts, baby.
Cheering up with jelly donuts. But I was like, are they actually jelly donuts? Or what are they?
No, those are manju,
Oh, I
a
was like,
traditional Japanese confection, usually a small dense bun with a sweet filling.
okay, they're so much closer to donuts.
They are much closer, yeah.
They're not exactly donuts, but they look kind of like an Asian donut equivalent. I have not had these before either, I don't
Me
think.
neither.
But they look kind of like, there's a variety of buns, sweet buns that look kind of like this. Anyways, that's interesting because onigiri got translated now as sandwiches. It's kind of, now that I reflect on that, that's a bit more of an accurate translation. Not that it is, but just because it fills the same role. It replaces the same kind of meal. Like you would have like onigiri like for lunch, right? Like you would have a sandwich for lunch.
Sure.
This, at least, is like a sweet snack, like a donut.
Yeah, it's an equivalent, yeah.
They've evolved.
Makes a little more sense. Yeah. Jesse's still pissed at Claire, though. She doesn't care about Dragonair anymore, and we see that
Dratini
something's
rules,
watching them.
Dragonair drools.
Yeah.
I bet you Dragonair drool is worth something.
I don't know if I want to go there.
No, like in mystical potions or something.
Oh, yeah, the witch lady would probably love some.
Yeah. Nothing freaky. Don't worry, Kellan. I'm on my best behavior today.
It's not like Gamer Girl bathwater, Sydney Sweeney bath soap.
Claire's bathwater is better than Sydney Sweeney's. Fight me, nerds.
But something seems to be watching Team Rocket and steals all the donuts.
What the fuck was
I don't know.
Wobbuffet's
We'll have
kind
to
of
see.
onto something here, but that thread is dropped. I think it'll come back in a different
It'll
episode.
come back,
maybe.
yeah. It'll come back in a couple weeks. We'll see it. James has an idea for a consolation prize. They can steal the dragon fang. Meanwhile, Wobbuffet's still looking for the donuts. What the hell happened to those things?
They're gone. What the fuck? Meowth's like, way to go eating all the donuts, you Wobbuffet.
Meowth couldn't have eaten them all because he's on a low-carb diet.
He's watching.
So they think Wobbuffet. They think Wobbuffet ate 11 donuts. Wobbuffet's not me.
Maybe he could.
Wobbuffet could get 11 donuts down.
I could eat 11 donuts if I had to. I
How
don't
many do you think
like
you could go
donuts
if you had to?
so much that I want.
I fucking love
to.
donuts.
You know what? That's fair. Donuts are great.
Donuts are like a weekend. I'm a bitch for pastries.
Okay. I'm not. I got other weaknesses though. Like holy fuck! Like I could eat like blocks of cheese. Like I could just eat it. And cheese is so calorie dense. Oh my god.
Oh my. Well, we have a considering that this Pokemon that steals the donuts, I'll tell you this, is not a Gen 2 or 1 Pokemon. I have a question from the realization Kellan didn't make a single Mr. Bean reference last episode.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
So, that means somebody's counting.
They ask, do you like when the anime teases future Gen Pokemon? Gen 1 had Donphan and Togepi, Gen 2 has had Kecleon, and now this one, and it's not the last Gen 3 spoiler we'll see this season. I love it.
Yeah, I also love it. Like, I especially loved it when I was a kid. Like, I was a little bit checked out by now, right? Like, I wasn't, I kind of fell off Pokemon for a little bit until a bit later. But, you know, how they did that from Gen 1 to Gen 2 was magical. Like, even though, like, I don't know, Donphan didn't end up being, like, the sickest Pokemon, neither was Meryl, but, like, or Snubble, but we sure thought they were neat at the time.
It's a novelty thing. You've never seen these before.
It's a marketing cycle, really, but it gets you excited. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just echo all that.
It makes you wonder about what other creatures they're going to release.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's kind of why. Okay, it's cool that they don't let out the coolest Pokemon right away, but they give you a tease of what their new design philosophy might be. So you start thinking, a weird little pink dog. Okay, what else could be weird and pink?
Yeah, and this was before the time when they would just, like, release trailers on YouTube revealing new Pokemon, you know?
Oh, yeah.
This was kind of like the way to see some of the new ones.
It was a combination of this, and then if you were really into things, magazines. Especially since stuff would come out in Japan first, then like certain magazines would kind of like quote unquote leak things. They weren't leaking; they were just like playing imports. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Pikachu back to the fight against Clair. He's dodging the water attacks. Goes for a quick attack. Nothing. Doesn't do anything to Kingdra. Misty and Brock are like, okay, maybe you should swap Pokemon. So, okay. Pikachu's going to come back. Noctowl's going to be next. Team Rocket, though, back to them already. We're back and forth a lot this episode. They sneak up to this building.
Sneaking into a locked door. Big old padlock on it.
Yeah, thankfully, has his lock-picking tools.
Ooh, his claws.
Yep.
Handy. They're always by his side.
Back to the fight. Hydro Pump is dodged. Confusion from Noctowl levitates Kingdra, sends it flying, but it Hydro Pumps against the wall to stop itself.
Which is a classic move for a water Pokemon.
Noctowl's going to go for Hypnosis versus Kingdra's Agility. It's moving too fast for Noctowl to keep up.
Even on land. It's like teleporting around. Boom, boom, boom.
Pew, pew, pew. Team Rocket, they get into the building. They're going to walk up to the Dragon Fang. Not so fast. James has some goggles that'll show the infrared security system. There's lasers all over this building. If you trip one, you're screwed.
Yeah, there's a lot of lasers, too, in intricate, crazy patterns. But luckily, James has his agile handy Andy. The digits on this delightful dandy are dexterous enough. It's like a long hand go-go gadget thing.
One of them, one of those hand toys. But it gets through the lasers, bobs and weaves, and he gets to the box. And Jesse's like, what if you and Andy go through all this trouble of getting the Fang and the box is empty? Well, James replies with, we both break down and cry. Which I thought was a great line. So they decide we're going to have a peek inside the box first. James could even just use the box to hold his baseball cards if it's empty.
Oh, so he's already finding silver linings. That's nice.
Back to the fight. Noctowl's hit by a Hydra Pump. Ash cannot land a hit. Another Hydra Pump. Noctowl has to try and hang on.
Ash is all he's got here.
And so the Fang we see is in the box. But out of absolutely nowhere, Wobbuffet comes in and tackles them all, and they set off the alarm.
And that's
the fuck,
exactly how it is, Kellan. That Team Rocket
like that.
are caught in this, because they're caught in this Sisyphean loop, right, of torturing themselves. Whenever they can try to succeed, Wobbuffet needs to remind them that it's their own pursuit of crime that is causing them to fail. And that's how it is.
It do be Scooby-Dooby-Doo like that.
It's Scooby-Doobing as it does. And then back to the gym battle. Oh boy, are we just going to shut down the fight? Because there are intruders. I got a little bit worried here, Kellan. I was like, oh my god, this is going to be... Because I didn't realize that this was going to go on for 4 episodes. I was like, is this going to be another one of those ones where Ash doesn't actually finish the fight, but they give him like it because he like did his best?
Yeah. Thankfully not.
No, we get more. We get
more. So yeah, it interrupts the battle. They got to go. Team Rocket steal a boat out of nowhere. There's just a random boat sitting there.
Let's use this boat and leave them in our wake.
Hey yo, they get away. We've got some intense music. We stand to soak some sucker for some serious cash. So sayonara. I liked that one.
Mm-hmm. Good one.
Here comes Clair and the old guy. They're riding Dragonair, which is cool. Dragonairs
That's cool.
fly apparently.
And it's so long. Yeah.
So Clair and the old guy will ride Dragonair. The gang will ride Totodile, Staryu, and Politoed.
I know. I had a moment there where I was like, how's that gonna work? And then I realized, okay, they're just gonna go in the water and get these smaller water Pokemon to like pull them along, which like works.
Yeah.
But you're right. There was something about like the epic mightiness of the Dragonair followed up by these little base 1 shrimps.
Brock's riding on Staryu's like, this is a new experience, which technically not, Brock, because you did the same thing in Mewtwo Strikes Back in the first movie, but you don't remember it. Because your mind got wiped.
That's actually quite a nice touch then.
Yeah.
Pointing out that he doesn't remember it. Staryus have stomachs on their backs, right?
Do they?
Well, starfish do have their stomach like on their back, like outside of them.
Staryu feel more mechanical than starfish do.
Well, I'm just saying, Brock might be like rubbing up against Staryu's stomach.
Okay.
And that's why it's weird.
Okay, sure.
You ever rub up against a stomach, Kellan?
Nah, that's a personal question.
You ever feel the guts of a star?
No, I have not. Politoed just lost a clap.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Oh, Politoed, that's just... Okay, they like introducing Pokemon that have like a thing. Like when they come out, they like do the things. The kids can be like, oh, they did the thing. Clapping is not it. Clapping, I'm tired of it already, right? Sucking off Bulbasaur, that was kind of funny. Clapping, I'm over
it's no sucking off Bulbasaur.
It's no sucking off Bulbasaur.
It's not as interesting. So they're on Team Rocket's heels. They see a dark cave, so they go into there. That's the Dragon's Den, a whole maze of tunnels made by dragons hundreds of years ago. If we get out,
and that's where they run into the ultimate monster, Kevin O'Leary. Is he gonna give him a deal? Is he gonna sponsor their business? Oh my god.
The worst dragon of them all, Kevin O'Leary.
Dragon's Den is Canadian Shark Tank. Do I need to explain
for anyone who doesn't know? Yeah. That is the joke. If they get out, they'll be in the Dragon's Holy Land, where Clair trained with Lance. Keyword, if we get out. But the old guy's going to get that Fang back no matter what. Or give it his best shot. And everyone falls over for whatever reason. I don't know. But this is also game accurate.
That was the
Dragon's
part
Den.
I didn't know if that joke translated.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't see anything about a dub edit, but I was like, yeah, that joke felt like it should have been a pun, but it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. But this whole place is game accurate. This is the Dragon's Den. That is a place in Blackthorn you go after you beat Clair to
and that's
get the Dragon
cave
Fang.
Just directly north of the main town, right? If I remember
Yep,
correctly.
correct. Yeah, where you
Cool.
can get
Yeah, I
Dratini.
always loved the look of Blackthorn. It's got this kind of mysticism to it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's about dragons, so it's all about the
About
legend and
dragons.
shit
Yeah,
like
about
that.
legends. Yeah, the cave. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Ominous, but mysterious, compelling.
And
Okay.
in Gold Silver, you go in there to get the Dragon Fang, and that's the test that
Right.
Claire sets for you that she'll finally give you the
did they
badge.
change it in Crystal?
In Crystal, you do like a quiz, and then the way how you do in the quiz determines if you can get the special Dratini that has extreme speed.
Extreme speed.
Yeah,
Is
and I
it
kept
good?
that for Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Yeah, it's like an exclusive move from that. Like it's the only way to get it.
Oh wow.
The Dragonair lights up the cave. We got a crotch in the road, as I learned last week in the subtitles. But a crotch in the
That's
road.
the correct way.
Dragonair can tell by the flow of the water which way Team Rocket went. So we see Team
Ooh.
Rocket. They think they got away. So they're gonna find the kookiest person to buy the Fang. James, they're kind of lost though. He forgot to get a visitor's guidebook on the way in.
And then over the falls they go.
And the boat shatters on a rock.
Bursts apart like a watermelon.
Back to the gang, we see another fork. We go to the right. That's the way to the Dragon's Holy Land. Oh, goodness. And so we see the Holy Land. There's a ton of Pokemon and a Dragonite chilling, sleeping.
And it basically, this isn't the first time where we've seen like a hidden away Pokemon playland. And it's always just this like luscious open field, right?
Yeah.
Just full of
It's like-
Pokemon playing.
It's the same as that episode where Meowth suckles on Miltank's teeth.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like the exact same kind of thing. But so Dragonair saves Team Rocket from falling. He senses that they have the Dragon Fang, so they come up with the story. Oh, we're trying to protect it. There's these other people trying to steal it. They're bad people. They want to take it for themselves.
Oh, these are S-tier gaslighters, old Team Rocket.
Mm-hmm. They're doing the right thing. We must do, mustn't we? Oh, please take care of those bad, mean people. Dragonite
But
tears up.
Dragonite is smelling the fang like this is part of the story, so he's gonna believe what they're selling.
They can't imagine what will happen if those people show up in the Holy Land, and he agrees,
my
so
God.
he'll join the worthy cause with the great bow.
He remembers the last time that the bad guys from Avatar invaded, and he's gonna kick some ass.
So the gang's in the Holy Land. We gotta find Team Rocket. We gotta get that Fang back. And Team Rocket sees the twerps. It's those bad apples. They're bent on destruction. So Dragonite
Bum,
hyper
bum,
beams at
bum.
them. He grabs Team
And they-
Rocket. He takes off.
The king's like, what the fuck?
What
He
happened?
teamed up with Team Rocket? We're getting hyper beamed? It is not my day.
I've had bad days before, but this is ridiculous. Claire saw the whole thing. That Dragonite originally belonged to the first Blackthorn gym leader, and he was never the same after his trainer left. The trainer's probably dead by now, I assume.
I know. How old is this thing?
Who knows? I would assume Dragonite can live pretty long.
I mean, it
seemed
seems
like-
like it, yeah. Seems like that's what they're saying here, too, is that these
Yeah.
things have, like, long lifespans, which does match with, again, that theme earlier of the immortal lizard, right?
Yeah. You could convince me Dragonite can live 200 years.
Yeah, like, I don't
believe
think it's
that.
literally immortal, but I think compared to human lifespans, it's like, oh, he's really fucking old.
Yeah.
He's like a Komodo dragon who's 100 years old.
So to finish up this episode, there's something coming in we see in the sun. We leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger. It's drawing steadily closer. Do Ash and friends have reason to cheer or to fear? And it's pretty obvious what it is. It's a Charizard.
Oh my god, you're gonna spoil. I couldn't tell at all, Kellan.
Yes, you could.
I was like looking at this thing, I was like, is it a Bulbasaur? Is it a Totodile? A Charizard? I knew it was Charizard.
It's a Charizard. It's pretty obvious. I think that what they're trying to be like, is this our Charizard or is this a wild Charizard? Ooh.
Yes. I think
We'll have to find out next week because that's the episode.
the way the narrator teased it is like, it was funny though, because you're looking at Charizard's face and he's like, I don't know what the fuck that is. but it's like zoomed in on his face at that point. So you're
It's like, who's that Pokemon? But the Pokemon's been shown already.
but the Pokemon's screaming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but that is the episode. And an interesting conclusion, a cliffhanger to leave it on for next week.
Yes, and a place where lots of things have probably hung off cliffs in general is this trope of the lost world, right? So I think that's kind of what we've seen in some other episodes.
That's a stage in Sonic Adventure. The
I
Lost.
think it's also, isn't it also a Sonic game?
Yeah, Sonic Lost World.
Yeah, okay, right. And Jurassic Park 2, the Lost
World.
Yeah. These
People
are all
love
named
that
after
term.
the story The Lost World by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, author of Sherlock Holmes, right? He's got this fanciful adventure. That is one of the things that's the main book I wanted to talk about. This adventure story. I guess it was like his transition away from the detective stories he was known for, but this story of a professor going through the Amazon and finding this area where there was like hidden dinosaurs and stuff. And I believe there were some actual like TV adaptations of The Lost World, including one of them animated, I believe. But that idea of like hidden away. I also, was looking, and in some ways you could consider this to have some analogies in real life too. Basically, these civilizations they find, right? Little societies are cut off from the world. One of the more recent ones is in the North Sentinel Island. I believe it's off the coast of India or Senegal, somewhere around there. Wait, no, where's Senegal? No, I'm getting confused.
Great
I'm pretty sure
question.
it's off. I'm pretty sure that's in Africa. I'm making myself so confused on air. Nolan, our producer, is gonna listen to this and be like, "Of course it was this, you idiots." No, I'm joking. He doesn't talk like that. But I digress. I'm pretty sure it's off the coast of India. Anyways, it's this society which just like has not encountered people from the outside world. Have you heard about this? In like 2018, this
Possibly.
American missionary tried to go there. Like the governments around the area like ban talking to this group because they're dangerous and they stay to themselves. And yeah, this missionary tried to like go there and was killed by the people who live there.
Didn't like a kick streamer recently try to contact one of these tribes and get arrested for it?
Really?
I think so.
I don't know. That's crazy though.
It was a YouTuber arrested for
Oh.
approaching uncontacted tribe in India. This was in April.
Okay. I wonder if it's the same one. What was the tribe? Was it North Sentinel Island?
His overnight journey to North
it
Sentinel
was.
Island. Yeah.
It was. It's the same place. Yeah. Crazy.
Look at that.
Because they think it's gonna be like a cartoon, but real life's a whole lot weirder. Yeah.
It's fucking YouTubers are idiots, man.
Yeah. I mean, they sure can be. I like content. It's when content creation goes too far, right? You get too obsessed.
When
too lost in
content
the
creation
sauce.
goes too far.
Goes too far. Tune in at 7. What your kids aren't telling you about Mr. Beast.
Did you know BEAST stands for Be Everything Against Systems? Tommy. He's talking directly to Tommy. Oh,
yeah, he's not going to want to work anymore. He's going to go to Mr. Beast's cult town in North Carolina, and they probably don't wear pants there. I don't know why we're spreading lies about Mr. Beast.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I
bet you his farts stink.
I bet he showers naked, that slut.
Yeah, that's that dirty whore.
All right, let's rate this episode and get out of here.
A podcast is so liberating, Kellan.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, man. First category. Hey, it's the jelly donut effect.
Oh, shit. Well, okay, if it's the last episode, I was in such a 10 mode, I was in a 10 mood. What? Here, though, oh, man. It's
still close.
The jelly donuts are here, but this is funny because, like, I was like, they kind of are jelly donuts this time.
Yeah.
So if this episode was on its own, it wouldn't be that funny. But the fact that, like, we've gone through these, like, cognitive backflips of jelly donut effectiveness to land here on Manju, which kind of are like jelly donuts, but not. I'm like, is it bad or is it good? Like, amazing and awful are the same thing right now. And they're staring me down and they're taunting me. Ugh. I want to go high, Kellan. I want to go, but I don't want to go all the way. I'm going to go 8.5.
8.5. I'm going 7.5, so that's 8 for that. Final category of the day is the originality of the episode.
Okay.
A gym battle is interrupted. That's not very original. That happens
It's
a
not
lot.
original at all. Like, it's such a cliche.
Cliffhanger is pretty original. Like the way that the fact that this episode doesn't wrap up.
Cliffhanger was kind of nice.
Doesn't happen often.
This Holy Land idea isn't original, unfortunately. But, well, what's the idea of, like, okay, the trainer, a little bit. Like, there's some nice lore here. Claire's an original design, but also kind of not because of Lance.
It's taken from the game to...
Well, sure, but...
Like it's not original to the anime.
That's acceptable, I think. But yeah, I would say she is sort of like Lance too, though, is what she's kind of supposed to be. In some ways, I always thought Clair captured the idea of Lance better than Lance himself. Like, they were able to iterate on the mysticism of the dragon trainer a bit more. So, in that sense, I do think she captures something original. Is there something with the battle here, like Kingdra, Noctowl?
No.
I don't know.
I mean, we've seen Kingdra before. You get a litany of, oh my god, these attacks don't work.
I think word of the day for you is litany, hey?
Well, that's a good word. I like it.
It's a good word. It's a good word.
Yeah. I'm going 4.6.
Yeah, I'm a little bit stuck on this. I don't think it's super original. I think it's 5.8. 5.8.
That's 5.2 for that. Overall, 6.6 for Fangs for Nothin.
6.66?
The number of
the number of the Mr. Beast?
No, it doesn't repeat, unfortunately.
Close enough. I'll count.
Yeah.
Dragons.
Well, that does it for this week. We did it.
Okay, we better get more of the Clair arc next week, because that would be ridiculous if we interjected filler and we don't find out if it's a Charizard for a whole month.
Well, that's unfortunate, because we're going to actually take a 4-month break. No more TCAD. Bye.
Don't break my heart, Kellan.
No, I'm kidding. We'll be back next week with 2 more episodes. It's episode 255, Great Bowls of Fire, or in Japanese, Kairu! Activate Imperial Rage!
Activate Imperial Rage. Holy cow.
That goes hard.
Yeah, that goes hard.
Followed by 256, Better 8 Than Never, or in Japanese, Fusubi Gym! The Final Badge! !
Oh, the final badge with 2 exclamation marks.
That's how you know it's real.
Yes, Pokemon, yes. Okay,
so
cool.
Good.
Well, thanks everyone for listening. This has been another week of TCAD. Leave your comments down below if you're listening on the YouTube. That's the channel Hydroleech. We love engaging with you every week, but you can also find us audio-only versions are wherever fine podcasts are downloaded, Spotify, etc. If you want to reach out to us, to killadelibird@gmail.com. We've got an inbox. We're also on Blue Sky. Handle is 2killadelibird. And then there is a Google Docs linked in the description where you can ask us questions about the upcoming episodes. We'll answer them if they come in on time while we're recording. Intro and outro music is 80s Synthwave by Alexi Action. Kellan runs a TikTok, Hydra Leeches it's called, and then has been twitching all over the place, twitch.tv/HydraLeech, and it's a blast. Finally, we've got a Patreon link below where you can support the channel if you want to use it like a tip jar. Much appreciated. If you don't, that's fine too. We are a free podcast. Anything else, Kellan?
Not in terms of social media bullshit, but did you know that I am, in terms of how many you know what, take a guess. How many streams do you think I've done of this Volt White Nuzlocke?
Oh, it feels like a lot. 7 maybe?
You think 7?
Yeah.
Let me pull up the actual number. It's 35.
Wait, what? You've done 35 individual streams?
Apparently, according to my recordings folder on my PC.
Holy cow, that's so much higher than I thought.
Ridiculous.
35.
I've been streaming almost every day. So.
I guess that's true. You've been streaming a lot, so I guess that counts. And you stream for what, 2 to 3 hours?
Yeah, at least 2. Sometimes I go as high as like 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot, and I still haven't fucking beaten it.
That's a lot. That's so much higher than I thought.
Yeah.
I was almost going to say 10 at first, but I was like, 10's crazy. 10's way too high. 35? Holy cow.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Holy milk tank, Kellan.
to put it into perspective, let me find
And
the
to put
last
in
time I did
perspective, your Twitch streams are now the same age as me.
Sure. The last time I did one of these ROM hack Nuzlockes, it took me 23 streams to beat.
Wow. This one's
This
tough
one
as balls.
is ridiculous, and I don't know why. Part of why I'm so determined to beat it is because I beat the last one. So I'm like, I gotta beat this one. What the fuck?
Yeah, you gotta keep improving.
Yeah.
You can't get stuck.
So I got to the 7th gym. That's my personal best, and then I lost because of a 10% miss chance. And
That does seem pretty
ruined me.
far, yeah.
It destroyed me mentally.
Oh.
So
Well,
anyway,
speaking of being mentally destroyed, we're at the end of the podcast, so I can no longer exist.
we are. Yeah, we'll go back to our sleep chambers until next Thursday.
Yes, where we stay in this individualistic realm of not existing and existing, where everything and nothing is beyond us and inside of us at the same time.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Save
think.
us, oh listener. Press play
Save us,
and give us
oh
consciousness
Leary.
once again from the Dragon's Den.
No, I wouldn't trust a Leary.
Wouldn't you like to see
save
the
anybody
whole panel of
ever.
them in there? They break through. It's the Holy Land.
I'll take any of them except a
And they're
Leary,
like,
honestly.
and they're
that
like
guy.
10K for 50%. Best I can do. And Ash is like, deal. And Misty and Brock are like, Ash, that's terrible.
That's a bad deal. Don't
That's a
take
bad deal.
Leary.
That's a bad deal.
Take any of the other dragons.
You
don't
already
like
have
him.
market traction, Ash. Don't listen to them.
Jeez, you don't even need to be here.
Yeah.
You're doing fine on your own.
You just need a little bit extra for marketing.
Yeah. You could have gotten that from your grandma. She's
Just cut
loaded,
them
don't
in
you
when
remember?
you go public. That's all. That's all. Or even doing another round.
Finish this damn podcast already.
Yeah, come on, Ash. Sell. Sell high.
Sell.
To the moon. Paper hands. Finance
Dogecoin.
schemes.
Ah.